City boy! City boy!
Hey, how's it going, art nerds, and welcome back to the DD Mark channel. And in this video in which you gaze upon with your beautiful eyes, I, DD Mark, have decided to do something fun, something for myself, cause like my last 3 videos or so, it feels like I've been doing videos that were just like highly requested, but nope, not again. I, DD Mark, at least for today, have decided to do something for myself, a video that I personally will enjoy. You know, it'd be nice to edit a video for hours on end and not feel like 100% dead inside. This time when I edit this video, I only feel like 93% dead inside. Alright, okay, enough of the bad jokes. Let's jump straight into this video, art nerds. Look at this picture on the screen right now. Are you looking? Of course you are. Well, the million-dollar question for you, my viewers, is what makes this picture absolutely beautiful to look at? What aspect of this photograph right here makes it just arousing and hot as a motherfucker? Well, go ahead, think about your answer. I'll wait. Time's up, art nerds. Well, isn't it obvious? The answer is clearly those well-crafted hands. I need to make you guys stop losing brain cells, bro. But yeah, if you clicked on this video because you read the title, there is a slight chance that, like me, you love the way Gege Akutami, the author and artist of the hit manga and mega popular anime Jujutsu Kaisen, draws human hands. And to all of you who share that love in the way Sensei Akutami draws hands, welcome home. Cause this video that I mentioned is for fun and not cause it's requested or whatever, is an overall appreciation for the way Akutami draws hands. And it may or may not be an excuse for me to draw a lot of hands in this style and monetize it, so it's not, you know, technically a waste of time. But yeah, what will I be doing in this video? Simply put, I'm just gonna be drawing a bunch of hands the way Gege Akutami does, and you might be seeing me do that right now on the screen. But while I do that in the background, I'm gonna briefly talk about a topic that I think is important, but I also think doesn't deserve a whole video to itself. But this topic that I'll briefly touch on is related to Jujutsu Kaisen and Akutami's art in the sense that I came to my realization regarding the topic as a result of reading JJK. And don't worry, I wouldn't make a whole video dedicated to the way Akutami draws hands and not teach you guys how he does it. So yeah, if you stick around after my short topic or whatever, I'll speak briefly about how he draws hands and teach you guys how to do it too by breaking it down into 7 short and easy to understand steps. So let's start off with my short topic. So what I really quick want to touch on, and if I feel necessary, I might later change my mind and make a whole video about it, is goals. Specifically, the goal for us artists. So to start us off here, I have one simple question for you all listening. What is your goal? What do you want out of art? Like, I'm serious. And this question that I'm asking you guys, and I asked myself this question a couple weeks ago, hit me when I was reading Jujutsu Kaisen. The reason we as artists need to ask ourselves that question is to save ourselves heartache and, most importantly, save ourselves time. What I mean by saving ourselves those 2 things is, if you know what you want out of art, if you have a clear goal that you want in terms of why you do what you do, why you draw, why you paint, basically why you do art, it'll save you a lot of like mental health stuff and issues that comes from comparing yourself to others and other artists and getting lost in the sauce, trying to do what they're doing just to compete with them or get to their level, either because you're a fan or you want to catch up with them. Maybe they're even your friends. Either way, do you know what I'm talking about? Like, am I making sense here? For example, if I, as an artist, my goal is to become a comic book artist, but my mutuals on social media, or maybe just one of my mutuals, like post every day, they post very frequently, and they post like a lot of fan arts, and because of that, they're growing really fast. But you, the aspiring comic artist, well, I guess me in this case, the aspiring comic artist, feels like, wait, I'm not growing, I'm not really doing fan arts, I'm working on my own original story, and I'm posting my characters that no one knows and no one cares about, so I don't get as much likes and followers from it. And on top of that, I don't post frequently. You then feel this need or pressure to catch up, like I'm just gonna do fan arts too. And so you spend all your time doing fan arts so you can keep up with your friends, keep up with their skill or social media numbers or whatever. Like, for example, just because Sam does arts, draws attractive Pinterest girls, and got a lot of success with that, doesn't mean you should drop everything and push the things that you're working for to the back burner so you can waste your time trying to do what he does and get success as well. Am I making sense here? And that's why I asked, and that's why you need to know what your goal is. You, art nerds, need to outline it, write it down, and stick it next to your monitor screen if you need to. Basically, just remember your goal, keep it in heart, because by doing that, by reminding yourself of that goal. As a result, you stay steadfast in making the right decisions and doing the things that will get you to that goal. Even if you might not be getting as much clout or followers or praise, or even if you are getting those things, you're saving yourself heartache by not comparing yourself to someone else trying to chase them. And you're saving yourself time by not doing all the things you would be doing trying to chase them, as spending your precious time doing those things you don't need to be doing pushes you further and further away from the goals that you set for yourself because you're deviating from your path. I had this realization because I'm speaking from experience. Social media and all the artists I follow and who follow me had me thinking I'm supposed to be this social media guy. I'm supposed to be growing my numbers and getting a lot of followers and a lot of likes, and I was chasing that, trying to keep up with my mutuals. But up until recently, when I read Jujutsu Kaisen and this other manga, Dog Ningen, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it, check it out if you haven't. I think it's pretty awesome. It's a little vulgar, but it's pretty cool. But it's like I saw these guys, specifically Akutami and Jujutsu Kaisen, they were so focused on their goal. For Akutami, it's obviously telling his story. His goal is to tell his story, that so much so, he clearly cares less about the art aspect of it. Obviously, realistically, because of the nature of his publisher, Shonen Jump, he has time limits and deadlines, so he rushes things. But all in all, when reading JJK, it's clear Akutami doesn't really give a damn about impressing you with art. I'm sure he would like to, but in his head, at least to me, his story easily takes the priority. And I also get the same vibe from Dog Ningen. The creators of that have so many pages and chapters done because they're not getting distracted by anything and anyone else. They have a goal and they refuse to deviate away from the path that will get them there. I'm personally tired of trying to do everything all at once just because other artists are doing it. They might not have the same goals as me, and that's what some of you need to realize. Just because somebody is doing something and it's working for them doesn't necessarily mean that their goals or their future goals align with yours. Sometimes they don't even have a goal that they're working towards, so following them is just stupid. And that's why, personally, I've stopped posting daily on social media. I mean, I post, but not every day because that doesn't really matter for my goal, right? That's why I don't give a flying fuck about my followers or my likes. And to be honest, I'm happy I don't care about those things because in the grand scheme of things for my life and for my goals, having a social media doesn't matter to me. I want to tell stories, and if I get a large audience, it's because they like my stories and not because I can draw Goku really cool. I mean, look at the artists that we look up to, the manga artists that we love. Fujimoto, Akutami, Urasawa, these guys aren't on Instagram and Twitter trying to impress you with a cool drawing of Goku or Naruto. They're not doing that. They're just making stories. But look at what they have. They still ended up having this huge following because their works can do a lot more and strike up a much deeper emotional level with their audience than just cool art. They're telling stories. I want to be that. I want that. I want to be able to have a large audience without having to sell my soul posting fan art after fan art after fan art, getting hollow, empty followers. I don't want that. So it doesn't make sense to do that for me. To me, that's worthless. I can't do anything with that. But if you want to do that, if you're going to do that, hey man, it's a free country. You can do that if you want. Long story short, I first asked myself what my goals were. And when I had that answer, I then asked myself, how do I get there? What steps do I need to take to get there? And then when I had that answer, I knew what I should be doing and what I shouldn't be doing and spending my time on. And I think you guys watching should be asking yourselves those same questions too, especially those of you who do post fan art after fan art after fan art and you're getting all these followers and getting all these likes. Do you know what your goal is? Do you know what you want to do with all those followers that you're getting? And is that even the right way for you to be building an audience, taking into consideration the goal that you've set for yourself? Because it wasn't for me, so I stopped it. But yeah, that's all I'll say. Anyways, with that said, really quick, how to draw hands like Gege Akutami in 7 steps, because I promised. First off, I recommend you already know how to draw hands, at least to a beginner level, before you try this. If you don't, I recommend you check out any hand tutorial on YouTube pretty much, or my own hand tutorial where I teach you to use a method that I invented for drawing hands called the French fry method. But yeah, if you already know that stuff, these are the steps. Step 1, break down the hand into simple shapes. Again, if you watch my video on how to draw hands, that makes this step easy because this is pretty much the French fry method that you're looking at right now. Step 2, divide the 4 fingers into 3 places, representing the knuckles and joints where the fingers bend. And then divide the thumbs into 2 places and not 3. I recommend looking at your own hand for reference when you don't know how high or low the joint on each finger is compared to one another. Step 3, draw the hand out, making it all look roundish but mostly boxy at the tip because that's important for Akutami style. And yeah, make sure to add bumps to represent where the knuckles and joints should be. Step 4, add fingernails and specifically draw them in this shape when you're drawing the hands close up. When they're further away, you can make it like a regular rectangle or whatever. That's cool, I guess. Step 5, add 2 vertical parallel lines underneath each knuckle to represent the metacarpal bones in the hands. And don't do this for the thumb though, because the proximal phalanx doesn't show on your thumb usually. Step 6, add 2 parallel horizontal lines to the joints on the fingers and thumbs, because Akutami usually does that for some reason. And step 7, parallel hatch vertically over and under the joints and metacarpals depending on the light source in your drawing. And just like that, that's how Akutami draws the human hands. I hope this video was entertaining, helpful, or something to someone out there. But yeah, thank you all for watching this video. I truly appreciate it if you made it all the way to the end. You sure are built differently if you did. Shout out to all my Giga Chat patrons for supporting this video. They make it so I can afford to buy my cat a can of tuna every month. Those guys are the ghosts, man. For real, shout out to you guys. But yeah, please make sure to like the video if you enjoyed it and subscribe to the channel because that helps out a lot. And last but not least, make sure to leave a comment because I read all and respond to most comments. Till next time, art nerds, it has been I, Diddy Hand Mark. Peace and love, baby.